Hey guys, if you can see me live, let me know in the comments because there's always a bit of a delay between Zoom telling me I'm live and I'm actually live. I'm just going to bring up my comments on my phone so I can see you guys. But welcome. I'm going to give you a few minutes. I've just been trying to get Zoom to actually broadcast into the group, so you may not be here yet, but to give me a second and hopefully you shall see me. So let me know in the comments if you can see me. I've seen a like from Craig. Craig is very good and very helpful. So I've seen a like from him. Let me know who else is here. Let's just bring it up. Hopefully it won't play too loud. Hello, yes, okay. So Michaela can see me, Craig, Miller, Leslie. Hi guys, thank you so much for joining. So it's always a bit of the first day when you try and figure out who, where you need to be, what time, what's live, what's not live, and all that kind of stuff. So I want to just go through a few things with you first to give you an idea of what's coming up. Any questions you ever have at all throughout this whole thing, just ask me. Just pop it right here in the group. Also, we have some people who've taken the challenge before in the group, so they know the way that I deliver content, the kind of style that I have, and so they actually might know the answer to the questions as well. So if you ever have a question, post it here in the group, and then more people will be able to answer you. Because you know that whole saying about the mastermind effect, the more minds you have, the sum of the minds is greater than whatever it is. Anyway, so the very fact that we have different people in here with different experiences, different businesses, it's just adds to the knowledge that you're going to get, because you get my how I do it, how works for me, how works for my students, but you also get real life examples of people putting it in action as well. So always ask questions here in the group. So that's the first thing. I'm not a person to leave you, to let you just wander off on your own. That's something I really find frustrating about courses is you do the training, you see the training, and then you have a question or you're not quite sure how to apply it to your business. And then you've got nobody to ask. Or you're in a group of 2,000 people and the person who's running the group hates being tagged. I've had that before. Big influencers who you wouldn't think would say that, who say they don't want to be tagged because they would be overwhelmed by the number of tags, but then they should just have more staff members. So just ask away in here. I'm here for you. So hi Robin, hi Tim, thank you so much for joining and thank you for saying hi. Okay, so some other things. So ask questions. Also, there is going to be live training in here. In terms of me showing you how to do things. There are going to be some things I'm going to pre-record and put in here as well, because sometimes, especially when it comes to screen sharing, it's quite hard to keep up, and it's nice to be able to literally pause as you go. So some things make more sense if I can record them and give them to you, and then some things tend to be a bit more mindful, or we're going to look through things. We're going to do some looking through today, and then so we can screen share and stuff, but that's not always possible. And sometimes Zoom hates me, and it hates everybody else apparently. So sometimes Zoom hates me and I can't go live through Zoom, which means I can't screen share. So I will, if ever I want to screen share and I can't, I would always record something for you, and we'll just do a live, me and you, or me and all of you. So yes, okay, so some things I want to know from you. I want to know what niche you're in. If I know what niche you're in, who your ideal client is, who you want to get into your audience, what you want to sell them, all that kind of good stuff, if I know that, then I can tailor the examples I'm going to use to you. So the more you're in here commenting on the videos live with me and commenting on the posts, the more I can actually tailor the content specifically to you. And the people who've had the most success in the past are the people who come in, who do the training, who comment, who ask questions, and then they get me giving them real life examples. So if you kind of want some coaching, which is obviously something you don't very often get in courses, if you want some actual coaching, then you need to come in here and you need to ask questions and you need to tell me a bit about you so that I can then give you examples of how you would use things in real life. And I'm very good that I can think on the fly with this kind of stuff. So you can always be typing in the comments as I'm live, and I will think of how we could use this for your business. And I'm going to give you a really obscure example of this. So one of our students, Charlotte, is an amazing belly dancer in the UK, and she was struggling to think of one of the concepts we teach is about how to go and find the influencers in your niche. And she was like, well, I'm really good. She is really, really good. She teaches at Pineapple and places like that. She's amazing. She's like, I don't really know that many people, if anybody, who's above me. And so we came up with a way of looking at it differently to see where her ideal customer is in different but very similar kinds of avenues. But obviously, had she not had me, and had she not even asked, then we wouldn't have known how to pivot and how to do things a little bit differently for her. And then that massively helped everybody else, because they then thought, okay, well, it's not just the people that are directly in my niche, it's all the people that are in the similar niches, which sometimes it's hard to get that across when we're just teaching. It's nice to be able to give real life examples. So hi Keisha, thank you. And Mila tells me she is starting from total scratch, which is awesome. Yes, I saw that comment. So the way that Mila found me is I am in another group with a lady called Julie Stoyan. I have talked about in the past, but she is an amazing marketer, amazing digital marketer. And I'm in her paid group. I was talking about a way that I'd used a live video, which is a little bit different, and posted into this group. And then Mila had gone through my Facebook profile funnel, she'd done some stalking, found me, found my video, and then joined the challenge, which goes to show that it works. So hello, and it is awesome actually that you're starting from scratch, because then you have no preconceived ideas of what people will do, or what they won't do, and what you can say on Facebook and what you can't, because actually you get to craft this whole thing from scratch, which is really exciting. And actually Craig has only just recently come up with what his focus is. When he first joined my challenge, he was a bit kind of like figuring it out. And so by doing the stuff that we teach here, which is sharing your business lifestyle, then you can actually figure out, like, what is the thing that you want to talk about? What is the thing that you know about? What is it that people find really interesting about you, so that they come into your world? So hopefully that helps. And Leslie says Julie is fabulous. Yes, she is. She is awesome. So yes. Okay. And I actually use her in one of my examples. I've got a cheat sheet of something I'm going to show you in a minute, which I will put a link to shortly after I'm done with the video. Because I'm not going to let you go wandering off while we're talking. But Julie is one of the examples that I have in there, because she does what she should do with her Facebook profile. I'm just a little bit more, because she's a bit more advanced and bigger, and has got a multi-million-dollar business. She doesn't do some things that I think you should do when you're not quite at the 7-figure stage. But that's not like, there's nothing against her. The bigger you get, the less you need to be really, really, really honed in on your profile funnel and stuff. So yes, isn't that something we do anytime someone sends a friend request? Stalk them, absolutely. Or even before that. Like, someone says something really interesting in a Facebook group and you're like all over their face and then going to have a look at their profile and seeing what they do. And I cannot tell you the amount of times that I try to find out what somebody does, or they've mentioned their page. So I go to their profile to find their page and I can't find it, which is crazy. Like, lead people down a path. Okay. So keep telling me what you do, who you want to help, all that kind of stuff. And I'm going to get started with sharing with you some of the foundations that we need when we use social media. This applies to everything, but Facebook is where all the people are. So when we use social media to grow our audience, and why we're even doing it in the first place. So, like, you're obviously here, you get that Facebook is a way to build your customer base. What you might not have thought about the fact is all of your future customers are probably on Facebook already. There are 1.56 billion people on this platform every single day. I mean, you're here in this group. Most people who run businesses have a Facebook group, or if they've got a podcast, they've got a Facebook group, or Jasmine Starr with her Instagram challenge, ran it from a Facebook group. So people are on Facebook already, which means all we need to do is say the right things at the right time, and we'll get their attention, and then they'll come into our world. Which sounds really simple, and it can be. You just have to know kind of what you're going to say, who it is you're trying to get, and post consistently, which sounds actually not that simple after all. So I'm going to hold you by the hand, and we are going to go through this together, and I will help you really refine all those things so it feels easy. By the end of this 2 weeks, I want you to feel like putting content out on Facebook and other social media is really easy, and then attracting the right person is really easy. And I want you to be getting email subscribers automatically by the end of the 2 weeks. I want you to be getting, if you've already got a product, I want you to be getting sales by the end of these 2 weeks. And of course, we want to grow your audience, but how many followers you've got is kind of like an irrelevant thing. It doesn't actually matter. It matters how much money is in your bank account, how many people are coming into your world, and how many people you are serving. And so I really want us to start thinking about what the end goal is. We want people to become our customers. So we need to be attracting the right kind of people who are going to become our customers. And they are on Facebook. They're already spending money on Facebook, through Facebook, Facebook ads, and all that kind of stuff. So we just need to get their attention. So we are going to do all of that over the next couple of weeks. So we know we need to be on Facebook. What next? Well, the next thing we need to do is actually have our Facebook profile funnel set up. Now, I'm going to go really deep on this over the next couple of days, but I want to give you some examples right now of what a Facebook profile funnel might look like so that you can start formulating in your mind maybe how you might like it to look, maybe who it is that you're trying to reach and all that kind of thing. So it can be kind of seeping into your subconscious of what you're aiming for. And then as we go through the step-by-step process, then you'll have the idea of what it's going to be in your mind. And so when we're doing all the bits, you can be placing it into the different parts of your Facebook profile funnel. So let's get on to sharing my screen. So I'm going to share with you this is going to be a bit meta that there's me live, me live. So I'm going to share with you the Facebook profile funnel. And what do I mean with that? It's a funnel. That's all it is. It's a funnel. So a funnel, you have people coming in the top, they are your leads, so the world, your leads, and then you nurture them and they become your customers, and they plop out the end as your customers, and you can even resell them, upsell them, and all that kind of good stuff at like the end. But the whole point is to take everybody, filter them into the people that are actually attracted to you as a lead, and then nurture them and make them into your customer. So if we go to my own profile as the first example, I'm going to talk about some things. Now, as I said, we're going to go really deep on this, and I have a cheat sheet so you can look at some examples. So don't fret. It's not going to be overwhelming or anything like that. But what happens when you go into a group, someone says something interesting, you click on them. So we go to their profile. It's the first point of contact almost every single time. I know pages can now join groups, but most people who have groups won't let pages join, first and foremost. And also, there's this kind of feeling that if a page is joining, people think, what is that person hiding? And I've asked in loads of different groups about this, and people do genuinely think, if you're not joining as your profile, what is it that you're hiding? So normally, your profile is going to be the first point of contact that somebody has with you. So they're going to come to your profile. Now, the other thing to bear in mind is most people aren't on desktop. So this is not what they're seeing. They're seeing, let's see if I can bring it up on my mobile for you. Okay, so they seeing that. That's what they're seeing. They're not seeing this. They're seeing that. So you always need to be designing everything you do for more mobile. More people look at mobile than desktop now, like absolutely categorically on Facebook, but pretty much across the whole of the internet. So you need to think about your mobile kind of like version of you as well as your desktop. Now, there are some nuances and I will go into them in more detail, but I just want to give you an overview right now. So when someone comes to you, what they want to do is they want to look at you and go, oh, this is really interesting. Oh, that's exactly who I am. That's exactly how, like the problem that I have, that is what they're talking about here. Oh, well, I need to learn more. I need to click on more. And so in a profile funnel, what's the point of a funnel? To get someone to take one action. So we need to be really mindful of we're taking someone through one action. So when you come to my profile, you can obviously see that it's the launch of the challenge. So, and it's ending up. So therefore, a lot of my content here is about the challenge. But people always can only click on my page. There is no other mindless information here. No one really cares who you're married to or where you went to school or where you live or any of that kind of stuff. If you're trying to build your following, you need to think about your business lifestyle, and therefore you need to get people onto your page as quickly as possible. So links to your page, don't worry, I'm going to show you how to do this because some people have struggled with figuring out how to get these kind of things to show up. Normally, most people are okay with this one. It's just this bit here, but I can show you how to do that. I've got a link to Facebook's own help so that every time they change it, they can update it. There are some things that I'm going to show you to do, like turning on the follow feature so that you start building up your follower number. Because while I said that how many people like you is irrelevant, and it's a vanity metric, because of the nature of social proof, the more people you have here, the more likely someone is to think that you're legit and it will worth following, and therefore will start to follow you. So even if someone is the kind of person who doesn't like to friend request, they might still follow you. They probably will. So I'm going to show you how to turn that on if you don't know and you haven't done it already. I'm going to show you how to with abandonment, friend request everybody who might be of interest to you, but choosing the right people to friend request so that you can grow your friend list to nearly 5,000 people. I would always say don't keep it at 5,000, because if you're at 5,000, nobody can friend request you. And a little sneaky hack is that every time someone friend requests you, if you have the follow feature turned on, they also follow you automatically, even if you don't accept their friend request. So you can build your follower number just by people friend requesting you. So don't ever let yourself get to 5,000 here. And then there are other things. So we want people to be able to go into our funnel by clicking our images, and then there are going to be links on your image. Yes, on your image, and then the same on your feature photo. So we're going to go through all of this in detail in the cheat sheet that I'm going to give you, because it's going to show you how to set these things up. If we go to Julie's version, you will see that she has a lot of these features. So there is an image that obviously shows what she does. She talks about what she does. She's got a page. She's got her managers of the page. She's got one feature photo. She's got these bits. Julie's a bit more less business focused than I am, but also she's got a multi-million-dollar business, so she's doing good. Yes, so, and you can see that a lot of her posts are all about her businessy stuff on the whole. So, and then what happens is you'll click through and go to someone's page. So that's taking them from a profile to the page, and then the same thing here. And you want a lot of this, the page, the profile, to have some consistency. So to have the same vibe, to feel like the same person. Because what you don't want to do is be one person on your profile and then someone completely different and boring on your page. You still want to feel the same. And so you want to have some consistency there, whether it's the same actual photo or similar photos and similar imagery, similar kinds of posts and all that kind of stuff. So if we go back to me, and I will quickly show you over on my page. So again, you can see like similar images, and then because I do a lot of video, a lot of my content is video, and you can see here that Facebook just want me to do their marketing plan thing. But there's lots and lots of video on mine. Mine's mostly video because I find it the easiest, quickest way to grow my audience than to share content. But that might not be you. You might not be so au fait with video at the moment, but you will be. Do not worry, you will be. Okay, so yes, Miller says 80% plus on mobile. Yeah, like it's surpassed 50. It's growing and growing, depending on who you are, where you're in the world you are, who you're trying to target, but it's like more than 50%. So optimize for mobile first and then move on to desktop. So we've talked about why obviously you need to do social media, you know that. And then we've talked about the Facebook profile funnel. And as I say, I'm going to put a link around this video so that you can have an actual like screen grab of a load of different people, some examples I've given you of how people are doing this. So how you can have your profile set up to link people through to your page. But what you've got to remember is you need to have the right kind of content on there that's going to appeal to the person that you want to attract into your audience, who is someone who wants to become a buyer. And so it's really important to not be putting out anything or just, and you're not going to be like this because you're like, you follow me, and most people, oh, I've lost it, you all. Most people that follow me tend to not be like this, I think, because I'm not like this. So I'm a very positive person. I believe in taking action and not moaning about stuff. And so I found that my old friends on Facebook might moan a lot about things, but you're not going to do that. You're going to be mostly positive. You can share the bad stuff that happens to you, but I want there to be a resolution. I want you to have this bad thing happened and here's how I got out of it, or this bad thing happened. I'm asking for help. That's great. But if you're just moaning about something, not so great, because you will turn people off. And so you need to have the kind of mindset of I'm sharing things with my audience that's going to attract the right person into me, and it's going to help them, it's going to serve them, but I'm attracting the right kind of person who is going to become my customer. And so we will talk about I think tomorrow, about how we figure out who that perfect person is. And so sometimes I know it feels like you're attracting the wrong person in, or maybe you've been attracting people into your world, but they're not spending any money with you. I know this happens a lot. Or maybe you're pivoting. Miller said she's pivoting. Like maybe you're pivoting into a different area. That's fine. You don't need to make a big announcement that you're pivoting. You just have to start putting out content that is going to start attracting the right person into you. And then the person who, like the people that aren't your right avatar right now, they will naturally just drift away. So don't feel like you have to make like a decision right now about who that person is and know them intimately. We will get there. we will do the work that means you're going through and start thinking about it, but just start doing something. You don't have to have it perfect to start out with. You just need to start making progress. So we're going to go through that a bit deeper tomorrow. And I will also share with you what I call like the kind of zone of genius. And there are like 4 key elements that a person in your audience needs to have that means that you will actually start making money in your business and attract them in on autopilot. And so I'll go through with you what those 4 things are tomorrow. So I'm just going to make sure that I have covered every point with you that I wanted to cover today. So I'm going to share with you the actual like profile, how you can set it up, and also links to how to turn on follow, because I know sometimes that's a struggle. Also how to turn on like manages this page in case you haven't. And if you don't have a page, I will share with you how to set up a page. Just let me know in the comments, because a couple of challenges I've had where like everybody knew how to set up a page, and I've had like one where people didn't know. So just let me know like roughly where you're at. Now, the last thing I want you to do before you actually get started on any of this is I want you to take screenshots of where you are right now. So I want you to bring up your beautiful phone. It's easiest on this. Bring yourself up on your phone. Am I going to come up? Voila. And take a screenshot. See if I can do it right now while we're here. Oh, no, just turn it off. You know how to take a screenshot on your phone. If you're on an iPhone, a newer model iPhone, you just press the top 2 buttons. There we go. And if you're on some other phone, there's another way that you can take a screenshot. So I want you to take a screenshot of where you are right now. Now, do the first bit and then scroll down a bit until you start getting to where your friends are. So I want those first 2 sections, because what I want to see is what your follower count is at the moment and like what your profile looks like right now. And then you're going to go to your page and you're going to do the same thing. So I want to see screen grabs of your profile and your page as you are right now, because what we measure grows naturally, automatically, subconsciously. So I want you to figure out where you are now, and then we're going to keep a track of it so you can see where you are at the end and how much you've grown. And that's not just for the, oh, brilliant, let's see how much we've grown, but also so that subconsciously you're planting in your mind that you want to grow your audience. And so if you're telling your subconscious mind that, it will just happen. That's just the universe. Your subconscious brain actually does like 95% of your thinking for you. So if you can just plonk that in there, you probably don't have to do anything else. You can just sit back for 2 weeks. But I need you to do your screen grab of your profile and your page and post it in this group. Now, you can, if you want to, do what Craig did and post it in the group, that's fine. Or if you want to not blazon yourself out, if you're a bit more shy, then you can post it on this video too. So it's entirely up to you whether you want to do a full post and introduce yourself to everybody fully, which is great, amazing, and like that would be ideal. But if you want to be a little bit more reserved, then you can just post your screen grabs on in the comments around this video, and so that we can see where you all are. And if you want to be in the chance of winning the $100 Amazon gift card that is one of the prizes for this challenge, and you have to do the work. So you have to do your screen grabs today, and you have to post them somewhere. So do your screen grabs. Give me a hashtag, I don't know, challenge in the comments of this video when you've done today's task, and then we will go into figuring out a little bit more of the who you're actually serving, figuring out that you're in your zone of genius, and then we're going to move on to how to actually exponentially grow your audience with the different tactics I can teach you, but you need to know the foundations first. You need to know where you are, you need to know who you're trying to get in there, and then we can go and find them. So any questions, let me know in the comments. I'm just going to bring them back up on my phone. Bear with me a moment. Every time I show you something on here, I obviously come out of the comments. So Miller asks me okay, so you are currently an agency and you want to grow a second audience. Will it confuse people? No. What you'll end up finding is when you start putting out the content that's for the new people, the old people will start to drop away. You don't have to announce it. And it doesn't even matter how big you are, you can start doing this. There's a guy I know who teaches Facebook ads. His name's Rick Mulready. He's got it's an over $1 million business selling a course on Facebook ads. He's really good friends with Amy Porterfield and James Wedmore and Stu McLaren. If you know any of those guys, he's the guy that they get in to teach ads in their courses. He's wonderful, and we're friends. And so I really, really, really respect him. He has very recently, at the beginning of this year, pivoted ever so slightly. So he used to teach people how to become Facebook ads managers, to run ads on behalf of other people, as well as teach coaches and different kinds of niches about Facebook ads. But now he is very much focusing on helping coaches and course creators to create their Facebook ads. And that's it. He's got rid of the Facebook ads managers. And so he's just stopped putting content out, which means he's not going to be attracting any new people in that are those kind of ads managers. And so the ones that serve coaches and course creators, the ads managers, they probably will stay in his world because the content that he's putting out is relevant to them as ad managers. But if it's not, they'll just fall away, and then his audience will grow with the new people. So he's done it. There's a guy called Alex Sharfin who is in the ClickFunnels world, and I think it was in 2017, so only a couple of years ago. He pretty much started brand new, although he'd always been sharing some kind of content to do with entrepreneurs. He very much started focusing on helping entrepreneurs grow businesses, and then more recently has started helping people grow from like $300,000 upwards. So before, it was kind of a bit everywhere at the beginning of 2017, and then he started focusing on like the mid to upper range. But again, recently he's just added in a brand new program that's for people trying to get to the 300,000 range. So there is nothing wrong with pivoting or changing or starting again. I will share with you, it was just 4 years ago, I didn't even want to add people who were in business onto my Facebook page. So you're not alone. I used to meet people and be like, I don't want to be friends with you on Facebook. I didn't use Facebook for business at all. And I only started doing live video and actually sharing and trying to build an audience. And I didn't even think about it at the time, starting to build an audience on Facebook in the beginning of 2017. So for me, it's only been a year, like just over 2 years in terms of building my own audience. So it doesn't matter. Like, you can change, you can pivot, you can attract the right people in, but you just need to know who they are first, and we'll do that tomorrow. So do not fear. Yes, okay, well, we've answered that one. Miller says Alex Sharfin rocks. He does. Absolutely. I kind of get to know all of the people who are the experts in their niche, and then go make friends with them. And I'm going to teach you to do that as well. So yes. So I've answered that question. Cool. Okay. If there are no more questions, then that is the end of day one. We've covered Facebook profile funnel. We've covered why we're on Facebook. I'm going to share with you how to set certain things up. I want you to do your screen grabs. If you want a chance of winning the Amazon gift card, then you have to do the screen grabs. It's really easy today. Today is an easy one. But yeah, so I'm going to share that with you. I don't think there's anything else that I wanted to share with you today, apart from just come and be active in the group and ask questions. Like, if you get stuck, ask questions. There's nothing that I'm going to teach you that should be too challenging. Nothing's technically challenging. Nothing is like beyond basic tech, like nothing. And if anything gets a little bit heavy, I will give you like templates and things you can just like almost cut and paste. So nothing should make you stuck. The only thing that's going to make you stuck is you trying to be perfect rather than just make progress. And so that's what I want for you to hold in your mind, is progression over perfection. And if you can just make progress every single day, just do one little thing every single day, you will find by the end of the 2 weeks, your Facebook will have grown, but also you'll have a much better understanding of who you're trying to reach anyway, which will help in every other aspect of your business. So while this might be about growing your Facebook audience, it's actually also about figuring out who you're trying to get to and finding the best ways to get to them, and then working out what the things that to say to them that will attract them into your world, and where they might be hanging out, and all of that kind of stuff. Like, it applies to everything in your business, and it will help you when you're on the phone. If you do phone sales, it's going to help you when you're talking to them, because you'll be able to use social media, so almost like market research. What are the kind of problems that people are having? What are the kinds of things I should be saying to them? How should I sell to them? Facebook is like this huge data center of all this information that we can find out about people, and it's there for you to use. It's amazing. So hopefully this has been useful to you. Let me know in the comments. Give me some love. I will teach you about how to be the best fan you can possibly be, and that actually gets you the attention of the bigger influencers, and makes everybody love you. Like, be the kind of person you want other people to be to you. Like, put out what you want back. And so just like when you're trying to sell your stuff, are you the kind of person who buys the premium product, or are you the kind of person who goes to the super low cost shop? Are you the kind of person who will ask for a refund automatically, or are you the kind of person who will ask questions and try and get to a happy resolution? Be the kind of person you want in your business. So give me some love. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a great day. Bye.